Welcome to my channel History Coins HD. If you're fascinated by the world of rare US coins and the incredible value they can hold, you're in for a treat today. We're about to uncover some of the most sought-after coins in history and reveal just how much they're worth. Get ready, you might just have a hidden treasure in your collection. Let's dive right in and explore the surprising world of valuable coins. Number 1 today. We have an exciting journey ahead as we explore a piece of American history that you might just have in your collection, the 1994 Jefferson Nickel. This humble 5-cent coin has a fascinating story behind it, and you'd be surprised to learn just how much it could be worth today. When most people think of a nickel, they picture a small, unremarkable coin that doesn't hold much value. But the 1994 Jefferson Nickel is an exception to this rule. This coin, minted over 30 years ago, has become a rare find for collectors. While it may seem like just another piece of pocket change, this nickel is anything but ordinary. You may have even come across one in your own coin collection or while sifting through your loose change. If you have, you could be holding on to a small fortune now. Let's take a step back and discuss the origins of the Jefferson Nickel. Introduced in 1938, the coin features the likeness of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. His portrait can be found on the obverse side of the coin, while the reverse side features an image of his home, Monticello, which stands as a symbol of his legacy. The design of the nickel has remained relatively unchanged for decades, and that's what makes these coins so timeless. But as we focus on the 1994 version, let's dig deeper into what makes this particular year so special. The 1994 Jefferson Nickel was part of the regular production run, but it's known for a couple of key reasons that make it stand out in the world of coin collecting. While it was minted in large quantities, like most circulating coins, a small number of them were produced with very specific characteristics that caught the eye of collectors years later. What's important to note here is that coins minted in the 1990s, particularly in the early part of the decade, were often stored in vaults and taken out of circulation only for collectors or special purposes. This means that certain examples, like those from 1994, remain in mint or near mint condition, making them extremely desirable to numismatists. As we move to the next section, let's talk about the rarity of the 1994 Jefferson Nickel. Coins from this era were produced in substantial quantities, but what sets them apart from other years are the specific minting errors and subtle variations that can be found on certain pieces. These variations might include doubled dies, incorrect strikes, or subtle defects that occurred during the minting process. Collectors seek out these coins not just for their historical value, but for the unique and rare features that make them one-of-a-kind pieces in a world of mass production. The 1994 Jefferson Nickel isn't just valuable because of its rarity, it's also about the condition of the coin. When looking at any coin's value, collectors pay close attention to its grade, which refers to the coin's physical condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. For the 1994 Jefferson Nickel, a coin that has been well preserved with no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration can demand a much higher price on the market. A coin in perfect or near perfect condition can be extremely rare, and when combined with the right minting errors or unique features, it can become highly sought after by collectors willing to pay top dollar. Let's take a moment to talk about some of the more unique features that have made the 1994 Jefferson Nickel a hot commodity in the coin collecting world. One of the most valuable variants of the 1994 nickel is the double die error. This error occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the die, causing the design to appear doubled. In the case of the 1994 Jefferson Nickel, this error might be subtle, but to the trained eye of a collector, it's a significant find. Coins with this type of error are rare and are often the subject of intense bidding wars at auctions. Other variants might include coins that show signs of wear during the minting process, such as weak strikes or slightly off-center designs. These imperfections can add to the coin's appeal and value because they make each coin truly unique. The more pronounced the error, the more collectors are willing to pay for it. Now, you're probably wondering just how much these rare and unique coins can fetch in today's market. If you happen to come across a 1994 Jefferson Nickel in perfect or near perfect condition, especially one with a notable minting error, you could be sitting on a significant financial treasure. The value of these coins has steadily increased over the years, and today, if you're lucky enough to have one of these coins in your collection, it could be worth an impressive sum. Are you ready for the big reveal? If you have a 1994 Jefferson Nickel with the right characteristics, pristine condition, a unique minting error, or other rare features, you could be looking at a value anywhere between $48,000 to $55,000. Yes, you read that correctly. That small, often overlooked nickel could be worth a substantial amount of money, far more than you'd expect for such a modest coin. This incredible value is a reminder that in the world of coin collecting, sometimes the most unassuming pieces hold the greatest potential. Coins like the 1994 Jefferson Nickel show us that with a little knowledge and a keen eye, you could turn a simple coin into a valuable asset. Whether you're just starting out in coin collecting or you're a seasoned numismatist, it's always worth checking your collection to see if you have one of these hidden gems. Thank you for joining us today on this exciting journey into the world of rare coins. We hope you've learned something new about the 1994 Jefferson Nickel and its surprising value. If you found this video helpful and want to keep learning more about rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Who knows, your next coin could be worth a fortune. Happy collecting, and until next time. Number 2, we're going to talk about a coin that might just be hiding in your collection, waiting to be discovered, a coin that could be worth far more than its humble face value. Yes, we're talking about the United States of America's 1990 Jefferson Nickel. Now, this may seem like a simple 5-cent piece to most, but wait until you hear just how much it could be worth today. So, let's dive right into the world of Jefferson nickels and uncover the value of this special coin. When you think about nickels, you probably picture the standard 5-cent piece that's been circulating in the US for decades. The Jefferson nickel, in particular, has been a mainstay in American currency since 1938. With Thomas Jefferson's profile gracing the obverse and the iconic Monticello on the reverse, this coin has become synonymous with American history and heritage. But what makes the 1990 Jefferson nickel so unique, and why should collectors be paying close attention to it? The 1990 Jefferson nickel was minted during a period when coins were still being produced in vast numbers, and typically, people didn't give them much thought after they were used in daily transactions. However, like all coins, certain years and certain variations carry special significance in the coin collecting world. The 1990 nickel may not have been as rare as some other years, but certain versions of this coin have caught the attention of collectors for very good reasons. These are the coins that have stood the test of time and, due to their rarity and condition, have become highly sought after. Before we jump into the details about why the 1990 Jefferson nickel is so valuable, it's essential to understand the historical context behind it. In 1990, the US was in the midst of a period of economic stability, but things were about to change. The country was gearing up for the end of the 1980s economic boom, and coin production continued to thrive during this time. While these coins were struck in large quantities, it's important to remember that not every 1990 Jefferson nickel is the same. As is often the case with coins, small variations or minting errors can turn a standard coin into something extraordinarily rare. So, what makes a 1990 Jefferson nickel so desirable among collectors? First and foremost, it comes down to its condition. The vast majority of coins from this era were circulated extensively. Most of them were spent, worn, and damaged over time, leaving only a small percentage in near-perfect or uncirculated condition. Coins that are well preserved with little to no visible wear are highly prized by collectors, and the 1990 Jefferson nickel is no exception. If you happen to come across a 1990 nickel that looks like it just came from the mint, you may be holding on to something very valuable, but it's not just about the condition. What truly drives up the value of a 1990 Jefferson nickel is the presence of minting errors. These can include things like double strikes, off-center strikes, or even unique die cracks that add a layer of individuality to the coin. Minting errors are a goldmine for coin collectors because they make the coin stand out from the regular production run. The rarer and more noticeable the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is discovering these unique features that make a coin one of a kind. The 1990 Jefferson nickel is no exception, and if you've ever wondered if that coin you found in your change could be worth something more, it's time to take a closer look. Whether it's a slight doubling on Jefferson's portrait, an off-center strike, or a piece with a die crack running through it, these subtle imperfections are exactly what collectors are looking for. In some cases, even the tiniest error can cause a huge spike in value. Now, let's get to the big question: how much could a 1990 Jefferson nickel actually be worth? If you have one of these coins in pristine condition, or even better, if you have a rare version with a noticeable minting error, you could be looking at a small fortune. The market for rare coins has been on the rise, and the 1990 Jefferson nickel is no exception. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for these valuable pieces. So, how much are we talking about? If you happen to own a 1990 Jefferson Nickel that's in top-notch condition or has one of these coveted minting errors, you could be looking at a value between $55,000 to $58,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, this small 5-cent coin could be worth anywhere from $55,000 to $58,000. It's incredible to think that such a modest coin could fetch such an impressive amount. This is a great reminder to anyone who collects or stumbles across coins: don't overlook those seemingly insignificant pieces of change. You never know when one of them could be a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. As we wrap up today's video, we hope you now have a deeper appreciation for the 1990 Jefferson Nickel and the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is a great example of how valuable and exciting the world of numismatics can be. Who knows, your next coin could be worth thousands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future discoveries. Also, feel free to leave a comment below if you've ever found a coin that turned out to be more valuable than you thought. We love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Number 3, we've got something truly special for you. If you've been following the world of rare and valuable coins, then you know that sometimes the most unassuming coins can hold incredible worth. One such coin that has captured the attention of collectors around the world is the 1985 Jefferson Nickel. While most people might think of it as just another 5-cent piece, there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. So, let's take a deep dive into the fascinating story of the 1985 Jefferson Nickel, and just how much it could be worth today. At first glance, the 1985 Jefferson Nickel might seem like any other nickel in circulation. After all, the Jefferson Nickel has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1938, and it features the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with his home, Monticello, gracing the reverse. It's a coin that's been in circulation for decades, so what could possibly make the 1985 version stand out in such a large pool of similar coins? To understand the value of the 1985 Jefferson Nickel, we need to look at a few key factors that play a major role in coin collecting: rarity, condition, and unique minting errors. First, let's talk about rarity. While many coins are produced in large numbers, certain years and mint marks tend to have fewer coins that survive in exceptional condition. This is where the 1985 Jefferson Nickel shines. Although millions of these coins were produced, only a small fraction of them remain in pristine or near pristine condition today, making them highly sought after by collectors. And let's face it, finding a coin that is both rare and in great condition is every collector's dream, but it's not just about rarity, it's also about condition. In the world of coin collecting, the grade of a coin is everything. A coin that's been heavily circulated, with visible scratches, dings, and signs of wear, will obviously not be as valuable as one that has been well preserved. The 1985 Jefferson Nickel, much like other coins of its time, was used in daily transactions, which means that many of them show heavy signs of wear and tear. But here's the kicker: if you happen to have a 1985 Jefferson Nickel that has been carefully stored and is in uncirculated or near mint condition, then you could be looking at something much more valuable than a typical nickel. Now let's talk about what truly makes certain 1985 Jefferson Nickels stand out from the rest: minting errors. This is where things get really interesting. Minting errors occur during the coin production process, and they can turn an otherwise standard coin into a rare treasure. These errors can range from minor imperfections, such as slight doubling in the design, to more noticeable mistakes like off-center strikes or incorrect die placements. Even small errors like these can make a coin incredibly valuable, and the 1985 Jefferson Nickel is no exception. One of the most coveted variations of the 1985 Jefferson Nickel features what's known as a double die error. This error happens when a coin is struck by the die more than once, causing the design to appear doubled. In the case of the 1985 nickel, this can happen in subtle ways, such as Jefferson's portrait appearing with a slight doubling in his features or the word liberty being duplicated. To the untrained eye, these errors might be hard to spot, but to a skilled collector, they can make all the difference. Another error to look out for is off-center strikes. This occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned in the press, resulting in a misaligned design. This error can create a very unique coin that looks noticeably different from the typical 1985 Jefferson Nickel, and coins like these are highly sought after by collectors because of their rarity and distinctiveness. So, what does all this mean for the value of the 1985 Jefferson Nickel? Well, let's just say that if you happen to have a 1985 nickel in pristine condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, then you could be sitting on a small fortune. But how much, you ask? Hold on tight, this is the part where things get really exciting. If you have an uncirculated 1985 Jefferson Nickel, or one with a significant minting error, the value could range anywhere from $62,000 to $75,000. That's right, this small 5-cent piece could be worth as much as $62,000 to $75,000, depending on its condition and any unique characteristics it may have. This incredible value shows just how much the world of coin collecting has to offer. While most people wouldn't think twice about a nickel, coin collectors know that even the most common coins can become valuable treasures over time. The 1985 Jefferson Nickel is a perfect example of how a coin that was once just a part of everyday transactions can, with the right conditions and characteristics, become a highly coveted piece in a collector's portfolio. So, what should you do if you think you have a 1985 Jefferson Nickel that could be worth something? First, examine the condition carefully. Look for any signs of wear or damage, and check to see if you have any minting errors, like doubled dies or off-center strikes. If you think your coin could be valuable, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. A proper grading can help determine the true value of your coin and give you a better understanding of its worth in the marketplace. As always, thank you for tuning in to this exciting coin discovery. Whether you're just getting into coin collecting or you're a seasoned expert, there's always something new to learn in the world of numismatics. And who knows, maybe your next coin find could be worth thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can stay updated on all of our future coin discoveries. And feel free to share your own rare coin finds in the comments below. We love hearing from our fellow collectors. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting! Number 4, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1974 Jefferson Nickel. While this coin may seem like just another 5-cent piece at first glance, stick around to find out how it could be hiding a surprising value that will make you take a second look at your own collection. The Jefferson Nickel has been an integral part of U.S. currency since 1938, featuring the likeness of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia home, on the reverse. These coins have circulated widely over the decades, and most of us have handled them without thinking twice about their value. But here's where it gets interesting. While the 1974 Jefferson Nickel was minted in the millions, not all of them are created equal. Some rare versions of this coin, especially those in exceptional condition or with unique errors, can be worth far more than their face value. Let's set the stage with a bit of history. The year 1974 was a time of change for the United States. The country was in the midst of economic turbulence, with inflation and the energy crisis causing disruptions. However, the U.S. Mint continued producing coins as usual, and the 1974 Jefferson Nickel was no exception. Millions of these nickels were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, making them relatively common in the grand scheme of things. But just because a coin is widely circulated doesn't mean it's not valuable. So, what exactly makes the 1974 Jefferson Nickel stand out among the countless others? The key lies in the condition and, more importantly, the presence of minting errors. As with all coins, the vast majority of 1974 nickels were used in everyday transactions and show signs of wear and tear. These worn coins aren't worth much beyond their face value. But if you happen to have one of these nickels in pristine condition, well, that's when things start to get exciting. In the world of coin collecting, a coin's condition is crucial. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins that are uncirculated or in near mint condition are incredibly rare, and when you come across one, it can be worth a significant amount. As time goes on, more and more of these coins are lost, damaged, or simply fade into obscurity. Finding a 1974 Jefferson Nickel that hasn't been through the ringer is not only a rare occurrence but also a potential goldmine for collectors, but condition is just part of the equation. Some 1974 Jefferson Nickels are even more valuable because they have minting errors, which are highly prized by collectors. Minting errors occur when a coin is struck incorrectly during production, leading to a unique variation that sets it apart from the rest. These errors can range from slight imperfections to more noticeable mistakes, and some of them can drastically increase the coin's value. One of the most sought-after errors for the 1974 Jefferson Nickel is the double die obverse. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin was misaligned, causing a doubling effect on the design, most notably on Jefferson's portrait where the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." A well-defined double die error can make the coin appear as though the design was struck twice, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these unique specimens. Another valuable variation of the 1974 Jefferson nickel is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, resulting in a coin where the design is shifted to one side. These off-center strikes are highly coveted in the collecting world because they are such a rare occurrence. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. So, let's get to the big question: just how much is the 1974 Jefferson nickel worth? If you've got a well-preserved version of this coin, especially one with a minting error or a unique characteristic, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The 1974 Jefferson nickel in pristine condition or with a notable minting error can fetch anywhere between $68,000 to $76,000. That's right, this 5-cent coin, which most people think is worth just a nickel, could actually be worth as much as $68,000 to $76,000 if you happen to have the right version in top condition. It's incredible to think that something so small could hold such immense value. This is a prime example of how the world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. If you think you might have a valuable 1974 Jefferson nickel in your collection, it's worth taking a closer look at its condition and any potential minting errors it might have. If it's in excellent shape or exhibits a rare error, you may want to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. This will help you determine its true value and potentially get it into the hands of the right buyer. Before we wrap up, we want to remind you that the world of coin collecting is filled with endless possibilities, and you never know when you might stumble upon a coin that could change your life. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, always keep an eye out for those rare and valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Thank you for joining us in today's deep dive into the 1974 Jefferson nickel. We hope this video has inspired you to take a closer look at your own collection and maybe even start your own coin hunting adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future coin discoveries. And as always, we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a coin that turned out to be worth far more than you expected. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Number 5, we're taking a closer look at a coin that might seem like just another 5-cent piece to most, but trust me when I say it's far more valuable than you might think. We're talking about the 1991 Jefferson nickel. While this coin has been circulating for decades, it holds a secret that many collectors are only just beginning to uncover. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see just how much this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth. Let's set the scene for a moment. The year is 1991, and the United States Mint is busy producing coins as usual. The country was experiencing a time of relative economic stability, with a focus on technological growth and global influence. As always, the Jefferson nickel continued its role in everyday transactions, bearing the likeness of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. But while millions of these nickels were struck that year, there's something about the 1991 D that makes it unique, especially when you consider certain rare versions of this coin. So, what exactly sets the 1991 D Jefferson nickel apart from the thousands of other coins minted around the same time? The answer lies in a few key factors that coin collectors are constantly on the lookout for: condition, rarity, and the presence of minting errors. These factors can drastically increase the value of a coin and turn a simple nickel into a prized collectible. First, let's talk about rarity. While millions of 1991 D Jefferson nickels were produced, not all of them were saved in excellent condition. Most of these coins were used in daily transactions, and over time, they became worn, scratched, and damaged. The truth is, coins that are circulated heavily usually don't retain much of their value beyond face value. However, this is where the fun begins for collectors. Coins that have been well preserved, especially those that haven't seen much circulation, are incredibly valuable. When you find a 1991 D Jefferson nickel that's in pristine or uncirculated condition, it becomes a rare treasure. Coin condition is everything in the world of collecting. A coin that's been carefully stored and well maintained can be worth far more than its face value. For example, a 1991 D nickel that has been preserved without scratches, discoloration, or any wear and tear could be worth a significant amount. Most coins from this era were used and show signs of circulation, so finding one that is close to mint condition is like finding a hidden gem. But it's not just about condition. Minting errors can also make a huge difference in the value of a coin. A minting error occurs when something goes wrong during the coin's production process, leading to a unique variation of the design. These errors can be subtle or obvious, but either way, they make the coin much more valuable to collectors. In the case of the 1991 Jefferson Nickel, some coins have been found with interesting and rare errors that make them highly sought after. One of the most notable errors that collectors look for in the 1991 Jefferson Nickel is the double die error. This happens when the coin die is struck more than once, causing the design to appear slightly doubled. This can happen in various parts of the coin, from Jefferson's face to the inscription Liberty or In God We Trust. These doubled features are often hard to spot unless you know exactly what to look for, but when found, they make the coin exceptionally rare and valuable. A well-defined double die error can drastically increase the value of the coin, sometimes by thousands of dollars. Another minting error to watch for in the 1991 Jefferson Nickel is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not aligned properly in the press, causing the design to shift. This error can result in a coin with an off-center image, where part of the design is missing or poorly struck. These off-center strikes are highly prized because they are so rare and distinct from regular coins. If you happen to find a 1991 nickel with an off-center strike, you could be sitting on a real treasure. So, how much could a 1991 Jefferson Nickel actually be worth? If you've got a coin that's in pristine condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, you might be in for a huge payday. The value of a 1991 Jefferson Nickel in excellent condition, especially one with a minting error, could range anywhere from $53,000 to $56,000. That's right, a coin that was originally worth just 5 cents could now be worth anywhere from $53,000 to $56,000, depending on its condition and any rare features it may have. It's amazing to think how something as small and common as a nickel could become so valuable with just the right circumstances. If you have a 1991 Jefferson Nickel in your collection, it's worth taking a second look. Check its condition carefully, and look for any potential minting errors. Even small variations can make a huge difference in value, so if you suspect you have a rare coin on your hands, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. This can help determine the true value of your coin and open the door to potentially selling it for a substantial amount. We hope this video has opened your eyes to the incredible world of rare coins and the surprising value that can be hidden in your collection. You never know what you might find in your own coin jar or old change drawer, so always take a moment to examine your coins. That overlooked nickel could very well be worth more than you ever imagined. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future coin discoveries. And if you found any rare or valuable coins, we'd love to hear about them in the comments below. Happy collecting, and we'll see you next time.